Hello everyone, welcome back. So, here's an update on my first 200A. First of all, I want to say thank you very much. I really appreciate all the comments and suggestions on whether I should restore this or just clean it up. So, here's where I'm at right now. And like I said in the first video, I'm going to put a link in the description to Frank from OldTown Coleman. He's got a 3-part series on taking these down, rebuilding them, that goes into extreme detail. Like I said, I wouldn't do it justice being my first one, but if you want to know how to do it, go check out Frank's video. It's absolutely awesome. So, I took it all apart. Let me get all the pieces out. We got the ventilator, which is in really nice shape. Got a couple little things, but not too many. We got the collar, which should clean up very, very good. Got the valve body with the tip cleaner. It's not in terrible shape. We got the pump. We got the bail. And all the other miscellaneous parts. So what I want to talk about is, let me get this out of the way. What I want to talk about is the fount and the frame. But let's talk about the fount first. So, here's a closer look at it so you can see the condition it's in. It's definitely not terrible, but it's missing a lot of paint. There isn't a lot of rust on it. There is a little dent. Where is it? Right over here. You could probably see that. I actually took a lot of it out. Very, very carefully because this is rolled over and I didn't want to mess it up. But I got a lot of it out. And the filler cap, it's got a lot of rust in it. So that's going to have to be taken apart and the seal is going to have to be replaced. And this rust is going to have to be cleaned off. Inside is not really bad. So I decided that I'm going to definitely repaint this fount. I got to get all that rust off, and I'm going to repaint it. I got a new decal coming to match this decal. It looks very yellow, but it's just faded. It's supposed to be white. Okay, the bottom is actually in some pretty decent shape. And again, this is dated 5 of 65. So this whole thing is going to get a vinegar bath. Number one, to remove any of the rust. And number two, it actually loosens the paint. Okay, if you use a warm vinegar bath, it'll actually loosen up the paint on this. But it's going to need a good 24-hour soak. So that's that. Now, as far as the rest, the frame with the lovely patina on it, for lack of a better term, I guess we'll call this the upright. The spot weld was broken on it, and this was loose, okay? So, for those of you that don't know, a spot weld is done with a machine. It kind of has two, I don't know what they're called, I really don't, but electricity runs through it. So it clamps the two pieces together, it shoots electricity through it, and the two pieces get fused together. So if you ever saw, and it's mostly done on thin metal, right? So if you ever saw something that was spot welded, you'll have like a little circle that looks burnt. Okay, that's spot welding. Versus tack welding, which is done with either a stick welder, a wire welder, or a MIG welder or TIG welder. Okay, so it's two different methods. So this was busted, and I said I thought about it, and I said my welding skills, I might blow right through this because this is not very thick. So I started looking up spot welders in the area, and I found a guy that does spot welding. And I'm like, all right, great, I'll bring it over there and see how much he wants to charge me. So when I got there, he was like, oh, does it have to be spot welded? I said, no. I said, I was leery of welding it because I didn't want to blow through it because it's kind of thin. He's like, yeah, this would be a perfect candidate for TIG welding. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I said, how much? He actually took it from me and was going to go do it. And I'm like, how much before you do it? He goes, well, it'll be about $20. And I'm like, oh, okay. I said, I'll be honest with you. I was looking at a reproduction frame that was $22. So I really wasn't willing to pay $20 to just get that upright fixed. But as we were talking, another guy comes over and goes, what are you looking for? And he took it from me, and the other guy says, hey, you're the shop manager, do what you got to do. And he took it from me, and I showed him, and he just brought it over to his wire wheel. He cleaned the spot, and he TIG welded it. I mean, the whole thing took about 45 seconds. I mean, the guy was a pro. And he TIG welded it. Hopefully you could see that. Right there. Okay? So now this isn't going anywhere. And of course it's on the bottom, so you're not going to see that. But if you could see that little circle there, that's where the spot weld would go when they spot welded it. So he did an awesome job, and literally, like I said, 45 seconds, a minute maximum. And I said, do I owe you anything, brother? He goes, absolutely not. I'm like, wow, thank you so much, man. I said, I hope you have a blessed day. He says, you too, man. We shook hands, and I left. So that was awesome. Now, as you can see on the bottom here, that patina, it's very rusty. So it's a brown patina versus this type of patina, if you can see that, where it's just, it's not rusty. This isn't rusty. So I had to make a decision. I have to make a decision because obviously I didn't do it yet. Do I want to keep that exactly the way it is? It was full of oil. All right, so the previous guy, he oiled the heck out of it. When you oil rusty stuff, it doesn't get rid of the rust, but it kind of stops it from growing further. Kind of. It's still kind of rusty. So I'm going to put pictures in of the reproduction frame right here. All right, isn't that absolutely awesome? So, I mean, a stainless steel frame, brand new, I just think that's, I mean, there's been times when I was working on a frame and they were so rusty, and it's such a pain in the neck to clean them in the nooks and crannies and, make them look nice. It's doable, but it takes a long time to do it. I mean, sometimes I'll say to myself, wow, if I was getting paid for this, this job would cost $200. You know what I mean? So for $22, getting a brand new frame, I'm so like, I should just buy that. Keep this one all original, as found, put it on the side and use that brand new one as, the display piece. This is not a lantern that I'm going to be taking out with me. I'll light it once in a while. It's mostly going to be a display piece. So that's kind of where I am. Oh, this was also a little tweaked. With the dent on the bottom and this broken, I would definitely say that it was dropped. Okay, so this was a little tweaked. I straightened it out. It looks pretty good. Took a little bit of that ding out on the bottom there. So yeah, I would definitely say it was dropped. But that's where I'm at. I'm like 90% sure I'm gonna buy the frame. Um, so what I have to decide is at this point, am I gonna attempt to clean this one by giving it a good vinegar bath, or am I gonna buy the new frame? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna come out nice, but you know, whatever plating is on there is gonna be gone. I mean, the other option is don't soak it and just kind of wire brush it or evapor rust it. Again, I'm so like teetering back and forth on this one. But I have made the decision to definitely do the fount. It's got some heavy rust over here. It's got to be cleaned off. The inside, like I said, is not terrible, so I got to clean that off. Yeah, a lot of paint missing. So the decision has been made to redo this. So this is where I'm on the fence. So throw me some comments. I'm going to do this one in parts because I don't want them to be, you know, an hour long. But again, with all my yapping and all that cowbell, they end up being long anyway. So that's the update. Let me know what you think. And like always, everyone, I appreciate you coming along. I'm sending you all much, much love, my brothers and sisters. Let me know down in the comments your opinions, and I welcome them, look forward to them, and I hope you all are staying well, and we'll see you on the next one.